Hi everybody, thanks for tuning into this video. So I wanted to do a video where I talked about my journey into studying abroad, how I got here, why I decided to study abroad, and kind of what this journey is like while living abroad for 3 months in a whole different country. But I thought I'd make it kind of fun and interesting by doing a little get ready with me. So I will be walking through the process of getting ready while talking about what it's like being abroad. So I guess a little bit of background. My decision into studying abroad kind of came when let's just say I knew I wanted to study abroad while going into college, because my mom has always talked about, like, you're so young, this would be the perfect time to go travel, see different things, meet new people, experience the world. And so going into college, I knew that this was something that I wanted to do. But I didn't have the open window opportunity until my senior year. Okay, so let's just back up a little bit and talk about who I am, I guess. So my name is Rianne. I am currently a senior. I go to Gustavus Adolphus College when I'm not abroad, and this is my senior year, and I'm currently doing a study abroad program in Prague. But instead of studying, I knew that I wanted to do something different instead of taking classes, especially for my senior year. So I found this program where I would be able to do a internship program for credit, where it would transfer back to my school and I would be getting credit for basically gaining work experience while in Prague. So I've been living here in Prague for about 2 months now. I only have 1 month left of my internship journey. Time has gone by so fast. Basically, my journey has been really interesting from the start because I knew that I wanted to come study. I knew that when I found internship programs, that's what I wanted to do. And I wasn't supposed to be in Prague, so that's the funniest thing about it. So when I was looking at programs, I was like dead set on going to Italy. Like, I knew that I wanted to have that whole experience of eat, pray, love, pasta, and just wine and all of that good stuff. So I wasn't even supposed to like really be in Prague. My heart was like really set on going to Italy, and I knew that I wanted to do have my whole abroad experience there. But it wasn't until like 3 weeks, not even, like 15 days before the deadline, where I found out that they didn't have 40-hour internships in Italy, and I needed a whole, 40-hour week internships. So I needed to do 40 hours per week for 12 weeks in order to get all of the credits I needed to be able to consider a full-time student at my school. So that's just kind of how my program works. Each program is a little bit different, but I needed to be considered a full-time student to gain all of my scholarships that I was still going to be guaranteed at my school, or else I wouldn't have been able to afford this whole experience. So that was the downside. So like I said, I had like 15 days before I needed to like turn everything in. So pretty much had to relocate, find a new location where I was going to be able to do a 40-hour internship. Okay, I'm really bad at multitasking, so let's just get into this. I'm going to put a little bit of concealer on. But yeah, so that's when I started just looking at different places, asking for recommendations of where to go. Pretty much kind of just like heartbroken at that point, because my heart was so set on going to Italy. Like, I had this whole expectation planned in my head of like what it was going to be like, what life was going to be like for 3 months. But, you know, that's why they call it life. And when things don't go the way that you expect it to go, you just gotta pick yourself back up and just keep going. And honestly, everything happens for a reason, and I've definitely seen that unfold since I've been here. So then like I said, had to look into new programs, and then I was like, wow, how cool would it be to like spend 3 months in Prague? It's somewhere that not everyone talks about, not everyone goes to, but everyone who I've talked to that has been to Prague has always just had really good things to say. So I was like, okay, Prague doesn't seem like a bad place. So I wanted to do like a marketing field and something within the lines of marketing and communications, because that's what my degree is in. And I saw this marketing internship that they offered in Prague, and basically the program, how it's set up, is where they look at your career interests and they consider what you want to do with your career, what your degree is in, and then the program actually partners you with a company that they have a relationship with. So it's really cool. The company, or the program that I'm going through, is called CIS Abroad, and it's a really cool program, and it's one of the most affordable ones that I found while I was searching for different programs. So that was a huge bonus. And like I said, everyone that I've talked to just had really good things to say. So with 15 days left, I literally just dove right in. I contacted my coordinator and was like, okay, I think Prague is where I want to go. Let's do it. And she like emailed me back. She was like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you. Prague is so beautiful. You're gonna love it. Let me get you in contact with the on-site coordinator so you can work out these different details and get my internship set up. So she emailed me back with a week later, with some companies who offered marketing internships, and she was like, these are the companies that are interested in you. They've read your cover letter, they've read your resume, and go through them, read through their website, and let me know what you think and who you potentially want to work for. So when she sent me different ideas, I looked through their website, read through what their missions were, the like objectives that they wanted me to fulfill in this internship, and I ended up partnering with a company called Auditech. They are a small company where they work with businesses mostly in Switzerland, and small to medium-sized companies. They help them bring their products into the European market because Switzerland is not in the European Union, and in order to do business, they are like the middleman. They are like the middle people to help these companies get their products into the European market. So really cool. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is a perfect opportunity. They don't have any social media platforms, and they are a company that really needs to get out there because this is an awesome idea. So I thought I saw a really good opportunity there to be a part of their company, and got that all set up and was pretty much on my way to Prague. And oh gosh, this is crazy. It's crazy to think how this happened just like, what, 2 months ago, 3 months ago? Insane. So as you can see, I totally did not plan to be abroad in Prague doing an internship, but honestly, it's been so great. I've met so many awesome people. I've just so enjoyed this experience of being abroad and having the opportunity to travel, to meet new people, to do things that I've never been able to do before while I was living in Minnesota. Like, it wasn't like my life was bad or boring or anything. It was just like, every day I went to school, I did extracurricular activities, so that would keep me busy for a long time. And then when I wasn't doing that, I was doing homework. So my days wouldn't end until like my head hit the pillow, and then I would wake up the next day and do it again. So it was like this really monotonous grind, and just really repetitive. But it was fine because I was like, oh, I really don't know anything else, and it's what everyone else did on campus. So before this, I really didn't know what it was like to be outside of that bubble. And now coming here, getting to experience all of these things, getting to travel, pretty much travel like every single weekend, has just been amazing. It's really opened my eyes to really just like seeing how big the world is, and just seeing how when you put yourself in these opportunities, how much your worldview just opens up, and realize how small you are, but also realize how much there is to experience, and just fully take advantage of those opportunities. Sorry, deep rant, but it's true. Highly recommend going abroad and studying abroad. I know that not everyone has the opportunity to do this, whether it's through whether it's financial difficulties or their career path doesn't allow them to do it. But if you get the chance, please, please, please take advantage of it, because it's just so amazing. So yeah, now that I only have 1 month left, like exactly, of being here, it's kind of hard for me to talk about. I'm getting kind of sad. It's just, everything's been going really smoothly. I've been challenged in different ways in my internship, been challenged in ways of just living abroad in general. So I'll talk a little bit about that. So I guess I should elaborate more about like what living in Prague is like. Honestly, it's been so cool. So I come from a small city back home, and the most you can do, like I said, is like get really involved in extracurricular activities, go to class, do homework, whatever, the grind. And it's been so cool to like live here and have other things to do besides homework and being busy. So the way that I fill my time is I either go to work. So I go to work from like 9 to 5 every day, Monday through Friday. And then when I'm off of work, I like to even just like go explore the city a little bit. So my work is in Prague 7, and it's pretty close to like the downtown area where Old Town is, like 20 minutes away. So sometimes like if I need to like, if I'm feeling adventurous, I'll go out, explore. And when it was nicer out and earlier in the fall, when it didn't get dark at 5 o'clock, I would like meet up with my friends. We would go watch a sunset, go walk around downtown. And like one day we went to the Charles Bridge to watch a sunset, and that was just spectacular. So there's just so many more things to do here, which is, you know, common in a big city, but it's just so different. There's so many things to see and just so many things to do. Go try new foods, go get a drink. Beer is like $2 here every day. It's awesome. But yeah, it's just been like a whole new experience. One of the advantages of living in the Czech Republic is that groceries is so cheap here. Like I literally probably budget like $30 for the week, and I get anything and everything for the whole week for like $30. And that includes like snacks, ice cream, the essentials, and that includes like meat and like all sorts of fresh veggies. So that's been a really good plus. But besides that, clothes has been pretty spendy. I didn't know what to pack and like what to really expect for living here. I thought it was going to be like a really mild, long fall, but it is cold here. Like it got cold so fast, and I was not prepared for it. So I had to like go to the thrift store, and found a couple of good thrift stores where I got some fall jackets. And my mom is visiting like this week. She's coming in a couple of days. And so I'm having her bring like my jacket, my sweaters. So that's been fun. You just never really know what to expect. So I guess my biggest piece of advice for packing is bring less than you want to. So I told myself that I was gonna get a lot of things here, but I brought so much stuff. But yeah, my biggest recommendation is bring less than you think you need. Even though you want to bring all of your stuff, and even though you're like, oh, I probably will need this, don't bring it. If you can get it here, and most things you can get here, just don't bring it. Leave it at home. Okay. But I will say the things that you should bring are like your essential toiletries, your makeup things, skincare things that are like really crucial to your everyday routine, because I think those are the things that you don't want to bank on getting here, because although they do have like your basic lotions, body washes, shampoos, if you're really nitpicky about something, just bring it, because you never know if you're going to get it here. And like, yeah, if you're really set in those, just bring it. But clothes and stuff, you can get most things here, and just to like play it by ear, I think is the best way to do it, and just get the clothes you need here. Oh, check! Language barrier! Oh my gosh. Okay. as far as the Czech language goes, everyone in the Czech Republic kind of, you know, most of the part, we're in a big city, we're in Prague, so a lot of people know English, but I was told by my coordinator and also like other people that the locals really like it, even if you just know like the bare minimum, because Czech is such a hard language, and when you speak just like a couple of sentences of like greeting to them, it makes them feel really comfortable, and it shows that you are willing to be able to put the effort forth and learn a little bit of Czech. So it's just like kind of a respectful thing, and they really enjoy it when they hear an American speak just a little bit of Czech. It was cool where my program set it up that I would have Czech lessons, and I didn't know they were going to be private lessons. I thought they were like I would sit in the classroom with other interns and just like take Czech lessons, but I was the only student with this one teacher, and it was really cool because, you know, I kind of got that one-on-one experience to learn Czech, to be able to ask any questions or get any clarity on things that I was confused about. So that was really cool. But my teacher's name is Vanda, and she is super cool. She is like this spunky Czech woman. And like sometimes within like the 2 hours, we would just talk about random things like politics or fashion or literally anything and everything. But that was awesome. So I learned some basic Czech just by with my Czech lessons every week, but definitely not enough to like have conversations with people, but enough to like get around, to go to the grocery store, to you know, just like the basic communication things. But still wish Vonda was a part of my life. Honestly, she was wonderful. She was great, and she gave me like a little card when it was my last lesson, and I was like, so heartwarming. She was amazing. She was great. But yeah, learning Czech is hard, and it's also difficult because this language is only spoken in Czech is only spoken in the Czech Republic. So it's not one of those things where like if you learn German, you can use it outside of Germany, and if you learn like French, you can use it in Belgium, and you know, different things like that. Only people in the Czech Republic speak Czech. I really wish I would have learned more, but it is one of those things where you use it while you're here, and some people just leave it here because you can't use it anywhere else. But yeah, so I've really enjoyed my internship where I've been able to like gain experience and work at the same time, not having to do homework and like worry about exams like my friends do. But there are like pros and cons to each thing. So since I am working, I'm technically like not like working, I'm on the regular like tourist visa. If I was like actually working and getting paid, I would have to file for a work visa, and that's just more extensive, and they just recommended us not to do that. And plus the program is within 90 days, and you can only like stay in the Schengen region for 90 days if you don't have a visa. So my program was within 90 days, so I really didn't need one, didn't need to file for one, didn't need to go through the hassle. But since I am not considered a student, I don't get all the perks of a student, even if I'm like a student back home and getting going through my university and like getting credit for my internship. It doesn't count if I don't have one of those student cards that everyone does have. In some places I've been able to get like in some places I've been able to get past it, where I just show them my student ID from Gustavus, along with my driver's license, along with my dorm pass, and they're like, yeah, okay. And they just like give me the discount. So yeah, my advice to you is just like definitely research different programs to find one that really fits you and what you want to get out of it. So for me as a senior, I knew that I needed something more than just taking random classes. Because at this point, all I needed was elective credits, and this program, this is what it gives me: work experience for credit that would count as like electives, but I would still be considered a full-time student, going to school, and still get like all of my scholarships and everything that are back home. But definitely look into different programs. Don't be afraid to do your research. Don't be afraid to ask questions. And that was the biggest thing about like my internship and how I thought I was going to be going to Italy. So like definitely ask the hard questions so you can avoid being in the dark about things, and just to get more transparency for yourself too, and just be able to feel comfortable with what you are going to be doing for 3 months living abroad. The biggest thing that I want to talk about is if you are ever thinking about being abroad, living abroad, studying abroad, even just like the slightest bit, even just like this little sparkle in your brain that's telling you to be like, ooh, that might be cool to spend a couple of months in Spain or in Prague or in Italy, do it. Just do it. Just take that spark or whatever it is that's like making you really fired up and just run with it. Like, oh my goodness, this is one of the biggest things that I've ever done in my life, and it's one of the best things I've ever done for myself. Anything in your life that you just feel like there's this little spark of passion that you just feel really called to do, or just really gravitated to, hang on to it, follow it, take advantage of it, because you never know what's going to happen when you do, but it is so much greater and so much bigger than if you haven't done anything with it. So no regrets, no regrets. Take that opportunity, run with it, and especially for like studying abroad, if you can make it work in your schedule, if you can make it work financially, definitely do it. It's such an amazing experience. You learn so much about yourself, you learn so much about the world, and it's just, all of these experiences just, I don't know, it really makes you a better person. So yeah, thank you for tuning into this video, this little get ready with me while I talked about my life of being abroad in Prague and what it's like for me. I'm sure I missed talking about something because literally so much has happened. So if you ever have any questions, don't be afraid to shoot me an email or to comment on this video. I am totally open to opening up more about my experience and talking to you about it, because I'm so passionate about all of this, and I'm so passionate about encouraging other people to do it. So if you ever have any questions about this whole thing, feel free to reach out. I am more than happy to share my experiences with you. So more videos to come. I hope you enjoy this, and I will see you next time. Shaved off a part of my eyebrow, so that's fun.